there, everybody. My name might possibly be Bwarch, and I got to start off the stream with that phrase. Bringing it back in full force. Alright. Continuing on with our journey with Shining Force 2, as it stands. Might wait for just a second here for people to pile in. As you may know, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Lots of people are probably going to be preparing for that, celebrating for that. So it's probably not a good idea for me to stream tomorrow, but hopefully tonight people will be available. Makes sense for me anyway. So while we're waiting, the story thus far. Although you totally know if you've been marathoning on YouTube, but anyway. So our island collapsed, basically, under the gate opening, and we have had to flee our homeland. We are now at a new island called Parmesia. What has happened now is that one of our crew members, an unnamed fella actually, completely unimportant, could have been somebody important, they could have put somebody important there, but somebody completely unimportant, but still we're going to save them anyway, has basically collapsed near a cave. So we're going to go and save them, because we're good people. Alright. Let me just make sure that nobody's dead. I don't think nobody is. We're good. We're fine. The light is always on our side. May the Force always be with you. And such and such. Yes, I am ready to go and rescue the good chap. Let me see, is there anything, like, new that we have got? No, we don't like have like any new characters or anything. Although we do have new enemies, that's for sure. A lot of new enemies actually. Now this is part of the game where stuff starts to get interesting actually. Like a lot of my favorite battles are beyond this point, and a lot of the favorite characters are beyond this point. Like Parmesia is where things really start to get interesting. This witch is way out of her depth. She's just gonna die very, very easily. It's very easy to lure out the enemy at times. Like sometimes they will just go for it if their movement pattern is like long enough to hit somebody. Gonna put Soaps in just a little bit of danger here. It's okay, it's fine. Completely fine. And then we gotta find somebody to level up. Who wants a level, as it were? God damn it. Soaps! No. It's a little teeny tiny goblin. But she is very swift on her feet as it stands. Alright. Let's check general, like, levels around. If I really wanted to do things right, what I would probably do is I would take this time to level up Collie. But it feels okay. That feels okay to do, honestly. Feels fine. Except that you can't reach it with them. Fuck! Okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. No, I wanted it to be, yes, level 2. Let's go ahead and rain fire down from the heavens. Now I'm getting worried here. Just a teeny tiny bit worried if nobody shows up. So if you're there, go and give it a shout out in the chat. Because I'm trying to learn, like, when is a good time to stream. Because I figured, I'm on a schedule right now. And I'm trying to stream at 6 p.m. my time. That seemed to work for people. But it's kind of, every now and then I'll get a day like this where nobody actually shows up. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Did not actually want Chesnu to kill that guy, but oh well. It happens. My hand slipped and I accidentally killed the guy. Just normal occurrences, you know, just normal occurrences. No big deal. I'm being very, very naughty here as far as leveling goes. Like, these guys should not be getting the experience that I'm giving them. But, at the same time, whatever. Has nobody really taken any damage from our side, by the way? And, like, that's going to change right here, but... Is it still going to be just one hit? 3! A whopping 3 damage on Cuddy! Oh, all throughout the game, Cuddy is just going to be the most OP piece of crap. Although, that right there was pretty interesting. Only 6 damage. And 4 damage from Alex. That's a little bit more level. That's a little bit more leveled out and not as OP as normal. So, that's nice to see. Kali attacks with great ferocity. You get a new weapon and it's just a new helmet that's even spikier. That's how you upgrade, like, Kali's weapons. Obviously. It's just a bigger helmet every single time, with more and more spikes on it. The more ornamental it is, the more dangerous it is. I just came up with the stupidest joke. You try and have... the monsters try and make Kali as happy as they can. They try and joke around with her so that she doesn't go goth and doesn't have spikes on her helmet. That's such a dumb fucking joke. Ah, glorious, we can get a hit in. I thwack at you with my helmet. I wonder when we're going to get a new character. I don't remember precisely what's beyond this. I'm kind of interested, actually. It's going to be really, really fun, because past this point, I kind of start to lose track of, like, what all is going to happen. Really? Oh, God, I gotta... You know what, since nobody's here anyway, what I want to do... No, not that one. I need to look up the frickin' guides for, like, the secret characters and for Mithril. Because that's stuff that I can really, really miss, since I've actually never gotten the secret characters. Oh god, there's actually a lot. There we go, finding secret characters. There we go, and then I just need to look up the Mithril guide. It's lovely to be doing this on the stream, but whatever. And there's the second Mithril. Okay, we're good. I wish that I had, like, 3 monitors. Like, the more I experiment, the more I'm finding that 2 monitors is actually not enough. You would think it would be enough, but it's actually not, surprisingly enough. Alright. And we're good to continue on. Don't have to worry about secret characters or any more Mithril just yet, which I'm happy about, actually. I would have sworn that I would have missed a Mithril drop, but I actually haven't just yet. So an interesting point about me doing this game on stream is that I was so sure that I wouldn't be able to figure out a way to do this game on my channel, because it's an RPG, and I figured that nobody's going to be interested in this. Nobody's going to want to watch this. So I was really apprehensive about doing it on my channel. But there's something that changes with doing it on stream, where live streaming stuff, like live streaming RPGs, like I think that Let's Plays of like RPGs don't tend to work, but there's a group element to doing it on live stream that kind of like is like, okay, I'll do an RPG, why not? I can just talk between like attacks and whatnot, and it can be a fun time. It kind of works, like more so than I thought it would. It's probably just the fact of like, just like I said, the group element. But I couldn't respond until now for whatever reason. That's kind of weird. YouTube bugging out. It's been pretty good though. Like my experience with like YouTube streaming has been pretty damn swell. Especially since like most of the mistakes with it, like I've been finding were mostly my fault. Like people were talking about lag and I was like, I can't do anything about it. But no, like the lag was because of like options that I set. Our hero is in danger here, by the way. Very much in danger, so the quicker that we can heal him, the better! And welcome, Nate, to the stream. How you doing, bud? I can go ahead and just heal our hero here, so he doesn't die, we don't have to stupidly restart the battle. Especially since, like, it sucks, but I am really, really freaking itchy on my freaking, like, weenus? Like, this is actually just seriously called your weenus, isn't it? If I remember right? Like, it's an old childhood joke, but I think it actually has, like, a grain of truth to it. And it's getting hot in here because I had to turn the fan down, so... And when you get hot, you get itchy, and it's not a good time. At all. I don't want Kazan to actually take that attack. Like, he's level 9, man. He doesn't need anything else. Maybe I can escape, like, put this guy over here, maybe? Like, it would be nice if, like, Soaps could get the final hit off. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Go for the level 9. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that. Totally cool. Hey, Maz! That was good. Nate is doing pretty good. I submitted everything from Acoustic Incarnates to Shark. Wait, really? Like, the finals are all done? You know, a rather selfish question, but were you ever able to get the cover for my track working, or is that going to be the second wave that you were talking about? It's fine either way. I'm just curious because I didn't really hear like anything else about it. Ah, oh, you damn dirty goblin. Just playing Trackmania while watching as usual. I kind of like doing that myself now, actually. Like, I used to, like, give, like, my entire attention to streamers. But now I'm kind of liking just, playing something at the same time. And building at the same time, actually. I've been doing, like, a lot of, like, my Minecraft build just while I watch somebody stream. There's just something really nice about it, and of course, like, the audio with Minecraft is kind of, like, really, really boring, and, like, there's something nice about doing something that is, like, really muscle memory, like, really mechanical, while you listen to something organic that's going on. It's a really interesting experience. And it's nice to try and, like, integrate, like, stream audio into like other tasks that I'm doing. See just how much I can multitask. Because usually I'm terrible about multitasking. Just awful. As you can tell, as I just let one of my crew members die like it was nothing. Especially when I'm thinking that like I gotta level up other people, but they're all at like the same kind of level anyway. fine. Thwack! It's always kind of funny watching, like, mages and healers attack. Go ahead and give Cuddy a heal here. With the power of the flute! Anything is possible. Yep, everything is all done. I planned yours in Volume 2 because I'm lazy and I don't want to make a bunch of songs for no one to like any of them. However, like, half of yours was completed. Throw me a work in progress. I'm really, really interested. So I'd love to hear, like, what you came up with. Because I even think about, like, how a cover of my track would work, and I'm like, how? Like, I'm very, very interested in how that went. Especially if you could, like, work stuff. I didn't even give you the MIDI. And, like, that is mind-boggling to me that you would be able to make something without the MIDI. Like, just because, like, I'm that terrible kind of musician where I depend, like, solely on MIDI information to, like, be able to do anything. And there's all, like, little, like, piano bits where, like, they're completely, like, very muddled together and kind of, like, really random and delayed. So I'm very, very curious how you went about it. And it's just kind of cool because, like, I've never really had anybody do a remix or a cover of any of my tracks. So that is actually, like, the first one that would exist. Matt says, it's nice to chill, and Trackmania doesn't usually demand all of my focus since I can embody pretty much 95% of the players I meet anyway. Plus, the audio just gets boring after the same 5 background songs after 120 hours. I feel ya. I completely and totally feel ya. Alright. So, what is the board state right now? I haven't even been paying attention. 9. Oh god! Can I, like... Yes, I can heal him. Alright. Heal level 2! I didn't cover it note by note, I added some originality. That's fine. That's completely fine. I'm still curious. Like, could you even find out the key just by listening to it? Like, do you have that kind of skill? Because that's an amazing skill, in my opinion. Like, just being... Like, I suppose it, like, really makes sense that you would be able to tell, like, something's, like, key just by listening to it. But at the same time, it's still kind of amazing to me. I don't know. I'm being amazed just because, like, I'm just a terrible musician that way. Like, every other musician, they're like, oh yeah, I can remix something just by listening to it. Like, even, like, Pygmy was like that. Of course, Pygmy was, in fact, a very, very skilled musician anyway, so... I think it's actually, like, a mistake to have Chesnu attack here. Yeah, I feel like we should just kind of, like, pull back for just a second, have, like, Chesnu healed. And even, like, oh god, even you need a heal. You can heal yourself, and then we'll have Soaps heal the other fella, and that'll be fine. I had to do that with a couple of the songs. I'm impressed. As we have Alex and Collie just chip away at this archer. Little by little, we'll make it happen. This is actually kind of turning into a little bit of a hard fight just because of what I did at the beginning. With sending off, like, 2 different groups. Not my brightest idea. Not my brightest idea. I'll make it work. You have my word, I will make it work. I can't quite determine key just from hearing. I think there's actually, like, a word for it. Isn't it just, like, it's called perfect pitch, right? Where you can, like, determine the key of something just by listening to it. And some people are really, really good at it, and some people aren't. Like, supposedly, I think Danny from Game Grumps has perfect pitch. which doesn't surprise me in the least. You used to have the ability. Now my brain is just production and mastering shit. Which is pretty damn good in and of itself anyway. And I mean, like, good God, you can make an entire job out of mastering anyway, if you're doing it in the professional space. I mean, like, when you think about it, like, all the shit that, like, indie musicians do, can you please dodge this, Alex? I can't quite command them like that. I wish I could. You must dodge now. But like I was saying, like, indie musicians, like, their skill set is so, like, wide and varied, like, compared to, like, what you hear in, like, the music industry. Like, you'll just have, like, somebody who's just a mastering engineer. And that is their only thing that they do. And they make an entire living off of it, and they probably get paid hundreds of thousands. And then you go to, like, indie musicians, and they're like, yeah, I compose, and I master, and I mix, and I play the instruments, and I do live shows. It's like, your skill set is so broad, and you're making, like, 1/20th of the amount of money of the industry guys. I might lose this battle just because of how things are going. Let me try another heal level 2 here. Gotta keep Bwarch alive. I can do chords too. Amazing. I can't comprehend, like, any of that. Like, I can't do any of it on my own. The only thing that I could possibly do is determine whether something is major or minor. And that's easy. That is so easy to do. And even that I might screw up. Like, just give me a blind test and I'll get, like, half of them wrong. Oh, I love that second attack. That was amazing. Specialists make more money, I guess. Not even specialists, like, just industry guys. Like, just the existence of being able to work for the record label, you have, like, a guaranteed amount of money, right? Ooh, a second attack there, too. You're being too kind, especially considering that you are, in fact, level 10. You don't need that experience. It goes without saying that they'll usually be better at whatever they're pigeonholed into than a jack-of-all-trades. Maybe. Maybe. Well, I could see it for some things. Like, for a mastering guy, for example, I can totally imagine that somebody who's, like, really, really specialized in it would be better at it. Everybody's getting second attacks today. Second helpings all around. So who needs to get leveled? I think that we're actually all on the same... Well, Kali needs to get leveled. I might be able to do this for the first time. Be nice. I really, really hate it that you don't actually keep your levels if you die. So it's kind of nice that the goblin just decided to go and sack Chesnu. Just got a sudden hatred of centaurs in his blood. There's almost nothing that I can do here. Might as well heal myself. Like, maybe it's just because of my normal, like, philosophy, but I think there's so much more value in the jack-of-all-trades kind of thing. There's so much more to be impressed by. But that's just my personal bias. Oh my, hey, are you okay? Oh, a big rock fell on me. Huh? Where is it? It's gone. It disappeared. It's... Bwarch, how come you're here? I rescued you. What a fool. We came to help you. You would be dead if we hadn't come. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I remember. A huge rock fell on me after you left. It must have knocked me out. Anyway, thank you. Look at that. The tunnel is blocked by a rock slide. Oh, what a pity. Treasures may lie within. I guess we'll never know. Bwarch, let's go back to the ship. And thus our crew member was rescued. Oh yeah, I was wondering what was happening there for a second. Look at that, Bwarch! They finished breaking up the ship! And thus the town appears, out of thin air. Wow, there's our new town! But our Grand Seal was much more beautiful. Cheer up! He's telling himself to cheer up. I mean, like, I suppose I get it. They worked hard to build their new town. 1 year has passed. I like doing lots of mastering, but it would be tedious as hell. Work in general, really. Our town is being rebuilt, as you can see, but we will be better off if there are no accidents. You're too young to spend your time guarding our new home. You are the soldiers of Grand Seal. Do your best to improve our new home. King Grand Seal. King Grand Seal! All the people of Grand Seal have been working hard for an entire year. Please thank them for their hard work. I have nothing to say. Nothing? Alright. Sir Astral, please speak in place of our king. Okay. I got it. I got this. 1 year has passed since we came here. The castle, the town, everything is coming along nicely. But we lack something. What is it? It's trading! We need to make all alliances with other towns. I thought that was going to be all, so kind of stumbled there. That kind of stuff happens. All the stumbling. Indeed, indeed. Thank you, sir. That's all for today. You may go now. It's like the Star Wars prequels up in here. All this talk of trade and politics. I'm told to stand watch here. But look, nothing! What am I watching? It was empty. Found cheerful bread. We got some cheerful bread. What does it do? It actually will not tell me to, won't it? Yeah, that's the one crappy thing about this game. It will not give you item description. So if I use this, I just use it. I'll look up the description of what it does afterwards. Because, like, some stuff, like, can have some really interesting effects. A book! Dark Soul. Okay, so Dark Soul is actually, like, a villain in the game, but in the context of the modern day, you would think this was a Dark Souls reference. I mean, like, I just got a thing, so of course we're going to investigate all the pots. We gotta! There might be all kinds of things and stuff to find. Or we might have just gotten lucky on a one-off chance and we're just going to waste all of the rest of our time searching for pots. All of them. All of them must be investigated. We have so many things to discover in so little time. Tactical base. Ah, you knew that? I feel like that was an inside joke by the writers. Oh, is this why I think this is? Oh, yeah. This is headquarters. Okay, that was on complete accident. The game tends to hide stuff, like, in, like, sometimes really good places, where, like, it's got kind of a, something that sticks out, you know? So you can search behind, like, chairs and stuff. Or you can search emblems like that especially, like, you'll usually find items on. Warrior Pride. I've never... Oh no, the icon looks familiar, so I have gotten this before. Oh, I'm really curious on those items. Oh, I love going into battle. I'm not even going to attempt to do the Winnie. Remember, you are a leader. We lose when you are defeated, okay? Got it? Get it? Good. Stand at attention. Ready for inspection, sir. Sir Howell's teachings are very helpful. Strategy was his cup of tea. Speaking tires me. Fighting tires me. I'm tired. Oh, cute little collie. I'm like a shadow of the night, silent and deadly. Frickin' love Slade. What is this spot? This is an interesting little place. It's a permanent HP boost, 2 to 4. Warrior Pride promotes a class to Baron. Interesting! Bwarch, take it easy. How can I take it easy? There's so many pots to explore. They haunt me in my dreams, the pots. Thank you very much for looking at that, by the way, Nate. So the cheerful bread is something that I should use. Okay, so one thing that I gotta remember is that we're going to be promoting these guys, and once we promote them, their stats will all change. So it is useless to do anything until you promote somebody. Which, by the way, we actually have the opportunity to promote some people, if I remember right. So check this out. So first of all, we're going to take a good look at our characters. Just take a look, memorize their sprite so you can tell how they're different. And I'll try to do that as well. And then we need to find a priest, because I think we're actually in range of promotion. So let's go and find the priest. Or let's have this happen. A strange animal? Really? Yeah, it's a very big bird. People are surrounding the bird. Should we talk to it? It would be a good opportunity. I'll go see the bird. You tell the king about it. I got you, big dog. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Oh, Bwarch, good timing. There's a strange animal in town. It's very exciting. So this strange animal is actually one of the best characters. But we want to find the priest first. Dead end. Great. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Let me see. Where is the priest in this town? In this town of Grand Seal. Oh, it's supposed to be right here, but it's... Okay. Oh, he's with... Okay. He's shining. Is this a bird or a god? Bwarch, your father was also very curious. He must be indigenous to the mainland. What a big bird. How beautiful. It's legendary. You know, I never leave my shop. I didn't know birds like this existed. Oh, it's big. I want to touch him. Oops. Haha, you missed. Let me try. Wow, he's fast. Hey, he's over there. Okay, my turn. Gosh, he's quick. Stop. Stop this. Amazing. He speaks. Of course I do. Is this how you greet strangers? Shut up, bird. That shouldn't be funny. How barbaric. I didn't know humans were so impolite. What? Those boys are about to hit the bird. Stop. What do you think you're doing? You stupid townsfolk. I'm sorry. I must apologize for their actions. Welcome to Grand Seal. I am the minister. We just settled here. We're strangers here. Haha, you're right. But I'm very happy to meet a man like you. Please stay here as long as you like. Let me introduce you to King Grand Seal. Follow me, please. That was pretty fun. I'm going home. Oh yeah, just completely like harassing a bird. Why not? May I help? Oh, sorry. Old habits die hard. This is boring. Oh. The minister was upset. He looked at me scornfully. I will be disciplined! Oh, it's you, Bwarch. I'll never forget you. Thanks for saving me. You're welcome, bud. Now, can I reset the village state just by going up? And then going down? And then everybody will be back in their positions where they're supposed to be? No, not quite. Alright, we gotta progress the plot before we can do shit. Dang it! I just want to promote! Oh well, let's meet Peter. Are you a phoenix? The legendary bird? Yeah, I'm a phoenix. But legendary? I don't know about that. You are legendary, Corwin. I read that a phoenix serves a god. God? Ah, Volcanon. Zack calls him a god. As long as he watches over us, nothing can break the peace of Parmesia. Introducing Corwin. Volcanon, the great being who created the earth. Oh, this is the happiest day of my life! Please, let me go with you and meet Volcanon. Okay. To tell the truth, I hurt my wing during this trip. I stopped by here to ask for help. But I don't want to trouble you. Don't worry, these lads love trouble. Bwarch, why didn't you tell me you were here? Did you listen to our conversation? You know, it's time for us to set out. We're going to Mount Volcano with Corwin. It's in the far east. Sir Astral. You said you're going to? No. Why not? We came here just a year ago. We're still learning about this country. You're needed here. He's right. You must stay. Bwarch, please take your party and go with Corwin. Astral, do you agree? Yes. Then they're my companions. I'm Corwin. I really appreciate your kindness. Mount Volcano is in the east. It's very far away. Bwarch decides to take Corwin with him. And off we go with our new companion, Corwin. Minister, bring the gift! Yes, sir. A parting gift. Take it. Bwarch receives 100 gold coins. That'll buy one healing item. But it's a gift, so don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. Find as many friends as you can on your journey with Corwin. Poor Astral. He wanted to see Volcanon so badly, and now he never will. Alright, village set reset? Yep, here we go. I'd at least like to have a roof. Welcome! Your desire will be fulfilled. So let's go ahead and raise a few people. Really? Every now and then, like, the game will, like, raise people all on its own. Like, I know somebody died there, so... Anyway, let's see about promoting. Oh, so... Okay, so level 10 isn't when you can promote somebody, so it's gonna be level 20? God! That's a long ways away. That's a little bit of... Dang it! I was looking forward to promoting somebody. Oh well, level 20 makes sense, I guess. And that's when we'll be able to promote people. And make them super awesome and badass. I can't wait to see Slade promote. I want Slade to promote, like, so bad. But it's gonna be, like, everybody else who promotes first. I could buy a healing item or two. That's fine. Actually, you know what? I could probably start buying healing seeds. Like, we're getting enough health to where, like, it's a good investment. Give one to Chestnut. Give one to Cuddy, that's fine. Although, I should be buying weapons first. Yeah. Let me go and see about that. I don't even know how much gold I have left. Oh no. I should have bought weapons first. I think we have another member. Okay, never mind. What's up, boy? We guarantee all items to be in good condition. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Buy the hand axe. Give it Cuddy. Ah, it suits you. Of course it does. I mean, like, the game was designed for it to suit him. Give that to Bwarch. Does anybody else need anything? You can actually back out and it'll be just fine. Alex can't actually take anything. I think that's all that I might be able to do. Although the spear... Like, I kind of just want to check out, like, how much damage the spear can do. Alright, let's check this out. This is the boring part of RPGs, by the way. Okay. Item. Alright. So the only way that I'm actually going to be able to check how much attack it has is to just straight up go to the equip. Very annoying, honestly. Not the best interface, but whatever. I mean, like, to be fair, this is exactly the timeline where stuff like that was improving. So I suppose I can't complain too much. Alright, now we can check this out and see if it was worth buying. It was! I'm happy. Alright, that should do it. Listen, I've invented something. An explosive! You can blow up the rocks blocking the North Cave with it. Ah, no you can't. You'll be blown up too! What an amazing invention. Very, very helpful. Indeed. Shh, I'm hiding here. It's a secret. To everybody. This house will be completed by the time you return. Probably something that the game designers were like, you know, we could have like this house that's like being built. And we can have it be like built by the time they come back and that'll be really amazing. And it was something that was incredible at that time. Are my friends still playing? Nobody came to find me. So story time. Once upon a time, I lived at this place called Belmont. It wasn't actually called Belmont, but we called it Belmont. And in this place of Belmont, there was a bunch of us kids. And there was two groups of kids. There were the older kids, and there was us, the younger kids. Now, the older kids came up with this really shitty game called Ditch 'Em, in which it was basically hide and seek that was all around the town, but it came with one specific rule where they could get out of having to hang out with us. And that was that you could ditch people at any time and just go home. And the town, the little village being fairly big, you would never know if somebody was still hiding or if they had just left. The older kids were not exactly nice to the younger kids, as it were. They didn't like hanging out. That explosive man will soon win a Nobel Prize and be extra famous. He'll be the next Edison, and it will be amazing. Oh, interesting. I do have to say, one thing about Corwin here, since he hasn't joined the party yet, he actually just moves on his own. So he's just going to be doing like his own thing. Kind of interesting, actually. Alright, Chestnut definitely does not need more leveling up. It's gonna be a long fight. In kind of a bad way, honestly. Because it feels fillerish. Like, this definitely feels like a filler fight. Because there's nothing particularly cool about what's going on here. It's mostly just a redone version of the first fight that we had with these guys. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's RPGs, I guess. It was a heart-rending tale of a childhood torn to pieces by cruelty. Hello, Peter Hartnell. Welcome to the stream. My childhood in Belmont was actually pretty damn good. I enjoyed that place a lot. It had 4 seasons. It was away from like a big city kind of place, and it was in this pine forest. That was a really cool place. And what's funny is that it was actually like off of this military base. So it was just like all the military families, right? Now the one thing is that this place was old. Like, we're talking like moldy wood old. And like a lot of people were starting to get really upset that they were having to live in these shitty houses. So what did the military base do? They kicked everybody out before they got sued. So everybody got like a bunch of hush money, and then they all had to move to somewhere else. And that's when I moved to here, to Casa Grande. Like, that place probably like sucked for like the adults, you know, the people that would actually care about, you know, mold and whatnot. But for kids, it was amazing, you know? We had like this humongous sandbox. It was surrounded by trees, so you had all kinds of like forts and stuff just built out of wood. Trying to remember other stuff about it. There was some shady stuff that happened there, though. My Game Boy Color was stolen from me there. Like, I think I did some stupid shit with it, though. Because I left it out in the forest, I think. So, duh, somebody would steal it. Stupid Bwarch at a young age. I did a lot of stupid shit there, I think. Lots and lots of stupid shit. Like, I mean, like, you generally do when you're a kid. Making all kinds of mistakes, doing things to friends that you really shouldn't do. Just being a general asshole. Ugh. But it's nothing new. Like, you always hate your past self. Like, your past self is always, like, the worst person imaginable, and you hate everything that you did. Did you leave the Game Boy as a tribute to the wood spirits? No. And I think, like, even at that time, I really wasn't that spiritual of a person. Like, all of our games, like, none of it really, like, focused around, like, spirits or anything. Like, the only thing was that we actually had, like, this car graveyard near, like, my backyard in one of the houses. And it was literally, like, this graveyard of cars in the forest, and it had, like, all the windows were smashed, like, cars were missing, like, engines, and apparently, like, I found out later on that one of my friends' fathers had just collected, like, all these cars, these old broken down cars, and just collected them there. So it wasn't even, like, a bunch of people that put them there, it was just one guy collecting a bunch of cars that didn't even work anymore. And that car graveyard was scary to me at the time. Like, the thing that sticks out to me is, like, there was just this red dodgeball kind of thing. This red rubber ball that was in the middle of that car graveyard. And I was terrified to touch that damn thing. Oh! I just remember there was something spiritual. And there was, like, hoax kind of stuff. Because there was this, like, metal playground where it was like this really, really old built playground. Like, the slides were metal. It sucked to slide down these things in summer. And the thing was that the swing set had a, like, a thing of rope tied to it. So the rumor started that somebody had committed suicide at this playground using that rope. A veritable playground of the imagination and tetanus. Yeah, basically. And the playground also had, like, this chimney of bricks, and it was, like, busted into. Like, you would almost think, like, somebody took, like, a battering ram. You're helping out a lot, Corwin, by the way. Thank you so much for all your help. And the thing is that the birds in this game have, like, the biggest movement patterns. You might be able to tell, like, just, like, looking for a second. So, like, Corwin could move, like, a lot, but he's just programmed right now to just go in L's. You make for an excellent knight, Corwin. But a terrible ally. Ah, loving the new, attack that, Chesnu is getting off of that spear. Let me see, while I'm on the topic, is there, like, anything else that I could talk about? Like, there's so many stuff that I can talk about with Belmont. Like, that place was the shit, and it was at a time when, like, I was still active and still going outside, rather than now, where, like, I have, like, nothing to do outside, so I don't go outside. Like, there was this really, really huge hill. It was enormous that was right outside of the village. So, of course, it made for the best place where if you wanted to ride down your bike on it, it was amazing to do, and it gave you this big rush. And in winter, it made for the most amazing slide for sledding on. Like, we had the most freaking fun time there, just freaking doing, like, all kinds of physical shit. Just making sure nobody needs to be healed. There was this one guy in the village who, he was an archer, and he would oh, Corwin! Thank you so much for stealing my kill, you piece of shit! We get to see Corwin's amazing attack, I guess. Oh, the keel steal. But he is level 9, so he doesn't need to be leveled up, so that's nice. I'm enjoying the stories, at least. It's neat to get a glimpse into someone else's life. Good writing fuel. Ah, so you consider yourself a writer. Do you think that maybe someone was buried alive inside the chimney and broke out? That's an interesting thought. That is indeed an interesting thought. And the archer, like, he wasn't, like, using, like, one of those old-time bows. It was, like, one of the new school bows. Like, all frickin' put together, just... I don't know, it's hard to describe, but you can tell when something is frickin' old, and you can tell when something is new school. Especially when the new school stuff has scopes on a frickin' arrow. Bow, I mean. Wannabe writer. I can respect that truly and completely. I'm a wannabe musician, as it were. You generally respect each other as creatives. It just kind of works out. Level up! I'm gonna level you up, Alex. You're gonna be promoted. You're gonna be a great warrior someday. So what do you write? What kinds of tales do you tell? Is it fan fiction? Is it original? New bows are very distinctive. Yep. And I mean, like, to be fair, like, new bows are made out of, like, plastic and metal, I think. And old bows, like, are always made out of wood, so, yeah, there's just a huge difference. Golly, where do we put you? Your movement pattern was not successful enough to be able to attack anybody. This battle is gonna be so easy. Especially with how spread out these guys are. Like, the hard battles are honestly where people are more clustered together. Do I have any material online? Yes, I do. Bwarch.bandcamp.com. And that is where you can find all of my official releases. I'm a fan of dark fantasy. I've done some weird stuff with a friend of mine about the place we live. Exeter. Is that the place or the friend? Exeter. It's... Exeter. I like it. I just like saying it. Dark fantasy is pretty cool. When I was still reading, all I read was fantasy stuff. Like, I was not interested in, like, anything else. And in fact, I think, like, most of my favorite stories are, like, dark fantasy, kind of. I don't know if like most of my stuff would be considered dark fantasy. Probably more light fantasy. But one thing that I like to read was definitely dark fantasy, I think. And that was the Dresden Files. That's probably definitely dark fantasy. And... that book series, I love it to absolute bits. The Dresden Files is just like the best frickin' story ever created, as far as I'm concerned. This is fine. Search up Odd Monsters and you'll find him as well as a plethora of other people. The only problem with saying that is that I've only had one song of Odd Monsters. One! Numero uno! So like somebody wanting to know about my work, like Odd Monsters would be the worst place to actually go. Like there's so many other... like I've put out like so much more material on like my solo stuff. I've heard the Dresden Files are very good. Check it out. Don't watch the TV series, but check out the book series. It's chronological. There's like frickin' 13 books in it or something now, but it's well worth checking out. Literally my favorite book series ever created. Could not recommend it more. I don't want to give that last hit. No, I don't want to get that last hit. I don't want Cody to get that last hit either. I'm okay with Slade getting that last hit. There we go! Worked out! Your bus connects to SoundCloud. Yes, but yeah, you might as well just point out my SoundCloud. Calling them bus. They're not even bust, because bust is generally like the upper half of the body. And like the bust... the icons on Odd Monsters are just headshots. So it's more headshots than busts. Peter, no! You're gonna kill yourself! See how big his movement pattern is, though? Like, the birds, like, you gotta, like, really, like, rein them in, because they will frickin' go, like, way into enemy territory if you allow them to. Like, you can get into trouble with just how much you can control, like, the birds in this game. Cool, I don't want to read some more stuff, so I will check it out. Thanks. Bandcamp only seems to have one song on it. You gotta, like, okay, like, Bandcamp, like, the way it works is that what you're looking at is just one album. Like, if you look at the right side of the screen, you can see, like, more albums. Check out the album titled I Don't Even for some decent stuff. Oh, really? Vampire Bat cast Blaze, level 2. We've got a real Dracula over here. Attack the Vampire Bat with great ferocity and furious anger. Whack. I'm sure it works out very, very well. No, you piece of shit! Corwin is just gonna devour that goblin all on his own. If I remember right, like, Corwin has amazing stats in this game, too. Ah, cool. That's an odd layout. It's kind of, like... It's really not odd to me, but then again, I've been using it for years. Like, that's the default that's the default, like, setup for Bandcamp. In fact, it's the only setup. Oh, great. My guy's poisoned. Absolutely wonderful. Like, it makes sense to me. You got all the albums on the right side, and then you click on one of them, and then you got all the relevant information on the left side. Makes sense, I think, but... Then again, like, web design can be really, really biased. Like, it's actually really, really important to pay attention to people who are seeing it for the first time, and aren't biased by seeing it, like, who are, like, veterans of the site. Because, like, it's the new perspective that matters, rather than the experienced perspective. Like, that's something that you really, really gotta remember when it comes to stuff like design. Like, that first impression is, like, so important. Because if somebody just, like, for example, just what happened here, like, if you just thought that I only had the one song, and then you thought that was all I made, like, that would be horrible, that would be awful, without me here to explain that that wasn't the case. So, a little bit of an interesting thought experiment on design. Bandcamp player doesn't have volume control, so I can't listen to it at the same time as you. Later, then. Fair. Very, very fair. With the resolution that I have, when I'm looking at the page, I can't see the other albums on the right side. 1366 by 768, I assume? I think I actually want to... Well... Do I have anybody who's, like, deceased? Yeah, Hilu's deceased, and he's level 9. Okay, let's go back. Because I think I got another battle coming up here. Oh no, I know what you meant. I'll listen to it later. I know what you meant. Even if I spoke wrong. I do that a lot, honestly. Where, like, it'll seem like I didn't understand something, but I understood it perfectly. Really annoying, like, tick of mine, honestly. You know what? You saw nothing. And indeed, you saw nothing. Alright. Raise my companion from the dead, damn you! For being a priest, your powers are more that of a necromancer, if I say so myself. $1,600 by 900. Interesting. I'm very interested in, like, hearing, like, resolution kind of stuff. I'm like, most people are on 1080p, I think, at this point, but it's always interesting to, like, go back to, like, just a little bit of other kind of resolutions. Like, it gets so non-standard if you go back just, like, before 1080p was really, like, a thing. Like 1080p, like really standardized stuff, but you get such interesting resolutions if you go farther back than that. Like nowadays, it's like you've got 1080p, 1440p, you've got like widescreen with like 2560 by 1080p, and then you've got like 4K resolution. And those are like the standards of today. But then you go back to like the old stuff, like 1366 by 768 or 1600 by 900, and you're like, what? That's so interesting and weird. And yeah, like Bandcamp didn't design around like 1600 by 900 if they don't have the albums on like the same page. It's laptop resolution. Well, even laptops nowadays probably have 1080p as a standard. I'm Passerin of Ribble. I'm studying the ancient petroglyphs. Marshall told me about a family who has an ancient tomb in Parmesia. According to my studies, his house should be around here somewhere. Or maybe it's to the east. This will be something that's important later on. He found it. He found out how to scroll to the right to find the albums. I think. Oh my god! Okay, at least in this fight, like, we got some dwarves. And just after I said that Parmesia has some of my favorite stuff, like, Jesus, man. Just fight after fight after fight. You know what? While we're taking the time for this, I think what I will do is I shall play a little bit of my music. Just because I can. Possibly, anyway. Let me see if I can, like, quickly look this up. I think I've got, like, I don't even on my computer, even. Yep, there it is. And go ahead and set this, and what do I want to play first? Let's go ahead and play one of my favorites. And that was a small sampling of my work. Where should I go? Where can one go? In this world, in this desolate world with these desolate people. With no home. What would this kind of music be called? It's kind of a combination of world and orchestral. Like, that's usually, like, the titles that I generally, like, put on my music. And sometimes I get into, like, kind of ambience kind of stuff. But world is pretty accurate for, like, what I'm doing usually. Like, so much of my stuff is just world instruments. But you do also have the strings in there, so you do just have a little bit of orchestral. So, orchestral world fusion. That's usually what I make. Fusion. Level 1 should be enough to wipe out this guy, right? Yes! Oh, it's 6 exactly. Nice. And he leveled up exactly. Soaps! Attack your counterpart! Neat. I'll listen to some more of it on the page tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you indeed. Always lovely when people check out your music. Like, that's the biggest compliment that you can really just give, like, indie musicians. Like, you just check out, like, our music and it's like, yes, please, thank you. Because the hardest thing about being an indie musician is getting people to discover your music. Like, the marketing part of it is something that easily, like, people fail on the most. I know so many musicians that are amazing, incredible musicians with the most skill that you'll ever see, but nobody knows about them because they have terrible marketing skills. Because marketing is a skill in and of itself. And as an indie musician, you have to have the skill for the whole package. You have to market yourself, you gotta make the music for yourself, you gotta mix and master yourself, and you gotta compose for yourself. And not everybody can do that. So of course, like, God, the marketing part of it is, like, so hard to understand. And it's why so many people give in and they just go with, like, these terrible record labels. Yep, same problem as streaming in general, just shouting into the void. I listened to this one guy talk about how he got popular with streaming, and he doesn't know. He thinks he attributes it to practically a fluke, seemingly. Of course, it does help if you have, like, a community kind of thing, possibly. Like, a lot of the guys that I watch are Hearthstone streamers. So they just got really, really involved in Hearthstone. And they had, like, niches, like you had, like, the pro kind of guys, and then you had the guys that were, like, actually willing to experiment with decks. And that was the niches that, like, Hearthstone streamers got into. And you had guys that were really good at commentary, or you had guys that were really good at the game, but really boring with commentary. Like, Trump is somebody who, like, sucks at commentary. He's absolutely horrible. But he's really good at the game. So people watch him. And people listen to his words whenever he has, like, the occasional word to say. I hate Trump, by the way. Just because, like, when it comes to, like, streamers, I value commentary so much more over anything else. Like, I don't care if you're, like, the most amazing person at the game. If your commentary is not interesting, then I will hate your content. How do you market indie music? I have literally no idea. Most of it just depends on other people, honestly. Sometimes you just have to depend on other people, like, sharing your music across, like, social media. Retweeting and reblogging and whatnot. I just popped up when I heard musicians with bad marketing. Like, Maz, the thing is, like, everybody in Odd Monsters, we all have, like, terrible marketing, considering that none of us are successful. Like, the only person that's actually been able to, like, practically make a name for themselves has been James. Like, James actually has, like, a decent, like, fan base, seemingly, considering that he's, like, one of the only people on the label that I would consider, like, profitable at all. Mazza, do you have stuff online? Not that you particularly need it, Mazza, but you have my full permission to talk about your Bandcamp. Because Mazza's stuff is amazing. Mazza does more drum and bass stuff. It's pretty cool. Some dark step in there, some ambient, some chill. Lots of neat stuff on Mazza's side. Mazza, by the way, is also a member of Odd Monsters. Like, you could go to Odd Monsters and you could find a whole bunch of us there. And you could just check stuff out there. Oddmonsters.com. AUDmonsters.com. And you can find a lot of our stuff there. I tend to enjoy Criparians talking. Crip is okay, like his commentary is decent, but he's quiet a lot of the time, and he's really, like, dour a lot of the time. Like, he just, like, you watch him, he's just, like, sitting back, and he's like, okay. And then, like, he'll explain, like, one move, and then he'll go back to, like, not talking. Like, I just like my freaking guys to, like, actually talk. So I like Amaz and I like Noxious. Kibler is decent if he would cut it off with, like, blasting, like, EDM in his stream. And, like, those are the big, like, not Hearthstone guys that I like. Somebody link oddmonsters.com already. Jesus. Just check out all of us in his spare time. I'm barely paying attention to, like, positioning here. I probably should have done level 2 for this, but whatever. Yeah, it's not going to cut it. I think it's a case of matching what you're looking for rhythm-wise. Frickin' just link your album on Odd Monsters, honestly. Catharsis. That's probably, like, a good way of checking out your material. Nate does a lot of really, really cool guitar work. Mixed in with some EDM here and there. Possibly. EDM elements, as it were. It makes sense if everyone's small fries to share audience. Yeah, that was probably kind of why Odd Monsters was made. A huge part of it, though, is just the collaboration. Just the idea of all... God damn it, Corwin, you didn't need that. Well, you kind of did, so I guess I can allow it. But it dodged you anyway. Haha, Corwin, you will not steal the kill this day. It makes sense if everyone's small fries to share the audience. Yeah, that's kind of Odd Monsters. I think that was indeed why Milk Puzzle made the label. Just to share everybody, give everybody a shout out who, like, needed a shout out. Like, a lot of our members are, like, practically unknown. Like, I think that, like, my situation is bad, and then I look at, like, the stats for, like, some of the others, and I'm like, wow. We really need to get better at marketing. It's just... And, like, technically, I'm supposed to be our marketer, so... I should really get better at the marketing aspect, shouldn't I? It's just... My favorite bit about the label is basically everyone knows each other. Kind of. I mean, like, there's a couple members that really, like, had almost little to no interest in, like, knowing each other. Like, there's a couple of the guys that I wished, like, would talk in, like, chat, for example, but some of them just are not interested. Like, you got, like, Neat Boss, let me see, what else? Like, Slick Shadow could, like, be a little bit more, active. Let me see, who else? I'm just trying to think of, like, the guys that we never see around. There's a few. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, there's, like, some guys that, like, I have, like, no idea who they are as people. But, at the same time, a lot of the odd monsters do, in fact, like, know each other. And that is, in fact, like, a really, really big strength, and it's something to like about the label. Who are you again, Maz? I don't remember. I don't recall a Maz. Just doesn't ring a bell. And then you got, Fox Stylo? Is that their name? Why do I think I'm getting it wrong? But yeah, you got, Fox, who, like, they're not in the chat at all. They're not even in the chat. They don't even use Skype. And they're just somebody that releases with us every now and then. But, like, talking to them, like, they're a neat individual. They just really don't like the idea of the Skype chat. Which is kind of frustrating, because the Skype chat is where everything happens. Like, that is the meat of the label. And Fox is, like I said, like, Fox is such a cool person. Like, having to talk to them every now and then for the odd thing. I wish they were, like, more interested in Skype than they are. Because they are a really cool person who I want to, like, know more about and I want to, like, talk to more. And I mean, Fox is, like, currently one of our only members who, like, completely, there's a language barrier there. So Fox, like, mainly only speaks French, and, like, they have a really hard time, like, speaking English. Like, very obviously, so that's always interesting to talk with them and, like, to try and overcome that language barrier. Fox Stylo doesn't speak English very well, as far as I understand. Yeah. French is his first language. I just want to... That'd be really cool to, like, have somebody else in the label who was, like, really, really good at French. And just have, like, Fox be, like, there's that moment where you're like, oh my god, you speak my language! And then you just start talking to them in, like, a very animated way. I don't know, maybe that only happens in cartoons, but it's always, like, the cutest thing when it does happen. Are we good? Are we good? Did it reconnect? I hope it reconnected. Oh god, I need to heal. Badly. I have no healing items. Son of a bitch. Okay. She could have attacked him if she really wanted to, but she didn't. She was distracted by the chestnut. Okay. Okay, can I get a healing button? Yes, I can. Thank you! Thank you, Cuddy, so much. We Gucci? We good? I have no idea what happened there. Just a small hiccup, I guess. Dang it, I thought like the stuff like that was like done, honestly. Didn't have to worry about my internet troubles anymore, but I guess I do. I hate that I do. Do you see this setup, by the way? For, like... for Helu? Like, if I can get Helu down here and just cast, like, Fireball level 2, it'll be amazing. It'll be incredible. Like, the icon in my taskbar or anything? Peter listening to some of Nate's stuff seems like it'd be good for use on stream holding screens. The in-between music, the transfer music. Something that I really think that we should get figured out with Odd Monsters is we should get, like, copyright figured out. Like, even though it's probably not going to happen because of varying opinions, but I would love if we could, as a label, if we could have, like, the same policy as Monster Cat has for music. To where, like, anybody can use our music as long as they credit us. As far as, like, YouTube videos go, as long as they put, like, links in the description of their video, or if they, like, show, like, what's playing on their stream, they're completely and totally fine to play our stuff. And I would love to have that be a thing. Like, they can even, like, monetize the video if they want, as long as it's not just, like, playing the music. I would love to have that kind of policy, and I think we should institute that, but I feel like somehow it's going to be a hard sell with the label, and I feel like some people are going to fight back against it, which is a little bit unfortunate. A little bit tired. I woke up, like, really early today. I was awake at, like, 6 a.m. It's 7 p.m. right now. Just, I'm gonna crash after this stream is over. I'll tell you that much. The one thing is, Peter, that with the issue with the label, like, we really, like, I feel like we as a label haven't talked about it enough as far as, like, legality and what we want stuff used for and what we want the policy to be with, like, YouTubers and streamers, like, using the music. We haven't talked about that stuff. We haven't discussed, like, the finer points of that. So... But individually, of course, like you can see there, Nate is completely and totally okay with his music being used, but I don't know. I still feel like there is definitely some discussion that we're going to have there. And indeed, the thing is that even if Nate is okay with you using their music, depending on what exactly the album was uploaded with, as far as, like, copyright, it might say something completely different to what Nate is telling you. Because something makes me think that all of the music on the Odd Monsters Bandcamp is probably all rights reserved. Like, if I had to take a wild guess. Which means that you're not allowed to actually use it in the way that Nate is saying you can, but because Nate won't actually pursue, like, any kind of legal stuff, you don't have to worry, so of course, like, I'm being just a big worry pants, but this is all stuff that you gotta think about. And consider. Like, I won't cause a problem myself, mind you, but I'm just saying, like, it's always, like, worth considering, like, what your album was actually uploaded with. If it's all rights reserved, then yeah, like, there's a lot of, like, that's a huge, like, wall. It is tagged as all rights reserved. Yeah, I thought so. It is really, really disappointing in a lot of ways. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, there we go. Although, oh god. You'll come to the foot of Mount Volcano through this dark cave. But I heard this cave is home to a hobgoblin. Yes, it is! Who said that? Me, the hobgoblin! In the flesh. Welcome to my home. Enjoy your visit because you are not leaving. Well, actually, big and scary, I have news for you, and I have some bad news. And that news is that I will indeed be leaving. Later! Alright. Anybody that died? Yeah, Chestnut died. If it was Creative Commons or something, I guess it'd be easier. Basically, like, I have no idea, like, I might even be wrong in that the copyright stance as far as, like, Creative Commons and all rights reserved. Like, it might not even, like, detail exactly whether somebody can use your music on stream. Like, there's really no reason to worry. Like, we're not gonna, like, pursue somebody if, like, one of our musicians is, like, okay with it. Like, as long as, like, it might even be that as a label, Odd Monsters might just want to institute a policy where it's individual-based. That's probably what's going to happen, so you'll have to ask, like, the individual whether it's okay to stream their music or not. On your stream. And that's probably how it will work out. It's something that I definitely want to discuss with the label at large. Get a discussion going on that, get the thoughts and the feelings flowing, get a general feel for how people feel the label should go with it. Like, certainly, like, go ahead and just use, like, Nate's work. Like, this is mostly just stuff that, like, I'm concerned about for, like, a general use kind of scenario. So go ahead and use Nate's work for, like, your stream, Peter. Now I have to go on the long, long journey back to our destination. Like, we had those 3 battles, and, like, for the plot, they meant, like, so little. Like, God, those were such, like, fillerish battles. But at least we got to, like, a plot battle. And we'll have something neat to do after the fact. That's one of the strengths with indie musicians, honestly. I'll always say, is the fact that you can actually ask them, hey, can I do this thing with your music? Are you okay with that? And like 9 times out of 10, yeah, they'll be okay with it. Because of course, like we said, the thing that musicians suck at the most is marketing their music. So if you say, hey, can I market your music for you? They'll be like, yes, please, please. Please do. I would love you forever. We love you long time if you do. Fights like this are kind of annoying, by the way, because of the circle of light. And oh god, I forgot to frickin' give, like, Cuddy a frickin' heal. I don't know. Do I have an... I've got an antidote on, like, one of these guys. Let me see, does Sarah have one? Yeah, Sarah has one, so I'll just give it from Sarah. Try and keep these guys bunched up as we go along here. I think I know, like, the general cave layout, even without looking too much. Okay, if you could not kill my freaking mage right off the bat, I'd really appreciate that. You piece of crap. Granted, I'm the piece of crap who put him in danger to begin with and put him as a front lineman. Even though he's apparently weak as shit, so... my mistake. Yeah, link to the album. I could just attack it like this, and that'll be fine. Hopefully Bwarch doesn't die, but he's at level 13, and he's got 34 health, so even if both those guys attack him at the same time, it should be totally fine. Totally okay. Alright, Cuddy is the one who needs the antidote, right? Hope so, because that's what I'm gonna use it on. Cuddy is no longer poisoned. Yay! The antidote was useful. Also, as far as I know, the artists involved with the release in question have the decision on usage on odd. Could throw a message at Milk. Yeah. Yeah, you could if you want to. It's something that I think should be decided on as, like, a poll, honestly, though. Like, it needs to be something that everybody, like, really, really decides on. And if there's enough, like, opposition, then we just say, okay, it's just individual usage. And maybe what we could do... if it was going to be individual, like, usage... then we could, like, have on the website, like, under, like, each person, we could, like, have maybe a little bit of usage rights. So that person could, like, write into the website person, and they could tell them, like, how they want their music used, whether they want it used at all or not, or whether you have to ask them to be used, and whether you can monetize their music. Yeah, that could be really, really cool. And, like, Shark would hate it, because it would muddy up, like, the site, but it would make it really, really functional. So somebody actually messaged me just there, so let me check out what's going on there. Oh, frickin' Nate just mentioned me in the chat, and it got through my Do Not Disturb. Having very clear music rights info is always a good thing. Yep, absolutely. As a YouTuber myself and somebody who's disgusted at, like, games that, like, copyright claim people, yeah. And as somebody who's disgusted at, like, just how terrible, like, music rights in general are for, like, record labels and whatnot, yeah. It's always good to hear with music rights stuff. There's this one interesting tale I got told today. There's this fellow that goes by the name of Zircon. And he basically has, like, this entire album of, like, a lot of his music that you can buy. And you also buy, like, usage rights with it. That's one interesting way of doing it. Kind of reminds me of Beatport. Because the Beatport songs, like, they're really expensive, but that's because you actually get usage rights along with the song itself. LOL, it says you're online. I mean, the notification settings on groups that I have. So I've got it set so that with group chats, like, the only thing that will actually, like, ping me is my name. Let's see, who needs to be healed here? Helu? Yeah, I'm just gonna heal Helu. In, like, the worst possible way, too. Maybe I shouldn't do level 2 there. Maybe I should conserve mana, considering this is probably going to be a long and hard battle, but whatever. Attack, Tort! The tortoise must attack. He is bloodthirsty. She is bloodthirsty. Ugh. It's so confusing in my mind. Because there's the gender of, like, the original character, and then there's the gender of my friend, who I named the character after. Bleh. Bleh, I say. Bleh. Black. Now I just feel like streaming, like, Super Paper Mario sometime. But I actually won't, because I have a boycott on frickin' Nintendo. It's kinda sad, because I told, like, Whip that I would stream Mischief Makers, but then I looked it up after the fact, and it was published by Nintendo, so it would go against, like, my personal boycott to actually stream Mischief Makers, so I can't actually stream Mischief Makers. Oh, boy. Good times, good times. You must have had a fun time. We kept mentioning your name in the chat. Yes. When you guys fuck around with it, I notice. The thing that annoys me with the notification settings is that, like, images still come through. Like, if you upload, like, an image to the group directly through Skype, then that everybody still gets pinged. And that is annoying and dumb. Like, that should not happen at all. Nintendo kind of boycott you for you, I think. Though I might be very out of date on that. Oh, I think I get what you're saying. They're shooting themselves in their own feet? Yeah, basically. Like, Nintendo's legal department is being the dumbest pieces of shit when it comes to, like, YouTubers and gaming and, like, just so many things. Like, I can imagine that there's a couple projects that I have to hear about as well, where they're probably shutting down, like, all these fan projects. Like, fucking, like, these big companies, man. Like, somebody makes a fan game based off of your property, and you freaking throw them a cease and desist. Just take that in for a moment. Take in just how messed up that is. Like, people spending time and effort to practically advertise your franchise, and you say, nope, sorry, please don't do that. I don't know. These big game companies, I will never get over some of the stuff that they do. Some of the stupid ass shit that they do. I was like a little guy that's having a hard time making it in the creative space, and these big behemoths that have, like, no problem making millions. And then they feel the need to, like, protect their franchises despite making those millions. I don't know. Always boggles my mind. And yeah, Nintendo's been fucking up, especially in the YouTube space. Like, they just... like, they practically hate YouTubers. They really do. They just... their legal department has practically declared, like, war on YouTubers. All the dumb shit that they've been doing. I can kind of understand the C&D stuff on fan projects because of having to defend the copyright or lose it. I wonder how true that is, honestly, because I've heard about that kind of thing. Like, you do actually, like, you were forced to, like, actually defend your copyright in some cases, or if it's challenged, like, later on, they can defend it by saying, hey, like, you didn't defend it here, why do you care about it now? Like, it can actually be, like, a serious issue, so... at the same time, that's probably bullshit because... No, that's patently bullshit. Because the thing is that you see like so many other game companies that understand it and get it. Like Valve completely understands that fan projects are amazing, considering that they have released fan projects with their blessing. Look at Black Mesa. An HD reimagining. Well, reimagining is kind of not the right word, but an HD remake of Half-Life released on their frickin' site with their blessing. And they're completely and totally okay with that existing. I wonder how many other companies would just give it a cease and desist. You know? And like so many of like Valve's games are actually just mods of like other games. Like wasn't like Dota 2, like didn't that start off as like a Warcraft mod? And then I guess like Valve like grabbed it all up and phased it out of being based on that source code. I think the trick is to keep it non-infringing of outside material. I think the trick is to just not give these companies like any of your time. But then of course you run into the problem that original material does not sell. It is patently a bad idea to do original material, honestly, with just how hard it is to market. It is so much easier to make a fan work and to get like hundreds of views just based on people looking for that franchise. Dota was a more Warcraft map, yeah. But like a lot of their stuff was that. It wasn't even just Dota, it was like a lot of their stuff. Like Team Fortress, I think. Oh, god damn it! Kali is so strong, but so weak versus Magic. Dang it, and I need to upgrade Kali too. That sucks. And now the vampire bat dodges my freaking attack just to rub salt into the wound. Freaking hate you guys. Let me just take a look around here, honestly. See what all is around here. How many more enemies do we have to fight? Is it just these last 3? Okay, there's that guy. Okay, so we only have like 4 more guys. Okay, so not too much to worry about, actually. But probably a little bit to worry about. All that being said. Ah, the Hobgoblin's gonna frickin' try and beat it. And Bwarch might die here. Let's go ahead and not have that happen. Still can't heal. Glad I got him out of there in time. Well, if Black Mesa was based on the Halo setting, for instance, it couldn't have been allowed to be released commercially without Bungie being on board. And non-commercially, it's out of their control. Not exactly. Because there was what happened with Fighting is Magic. Fighting is Magic was a fan game created for My Little Pony. And it had My Little Pony characters. And Hasbro issued a cease and desist even though the game was going to be completely free and non-commercial. So they were still able to actually stop it from happening, despite it not getting like a penny. And they had to completely trash like all work that they did on it. And it seemed like it was like nearing completion. So they actually like stopped that at like a really, really bad time. It's actually like this huge, huge thing. Hey Maiku, how's it going? You finally made with stream! You've been missing like so many of them last minute. Hey Maiku, how's the wrench on your name? It's kind of cool because in the YouTube chat, you have the wrenches that denote whether somebody is a moderator or not. By the way, Maiku, you're a moderator. Have fun with it. I still need to heal. It's a fun time. Heal level 2! Hey Halo, how's it going? You're dead in my game. It's great and wonderful. Actually, no, you're not, are you? No, you're not dead. Never mind. Never mind. False alarm. You're not dead at all in my game. You're alive, Hilu. It's amazing. It's a miracle. So I can understand Bungie being worried that they misrepresent the property by having Master Chief eat a barrel of dicks or something, and that be someone's first exposure to the property. Most fan projects are actually really respectful, though. Just have to worry about the hobgoblin pretty much now. My grandfather, uncle from Georgia, came by my work and treated me to breakfast this morning. My Thanksgiving started early. I'm happy for you, man. Sounds amazing. All's good here from Hilo. I am doing pretty swell. I'm happy because my sleep schedule is flipping around finally. So I'm no longer going to be waking up at 8 p.m., which is nice. Today I woke up at 6 a.m., which was decent for me, getting better. Like, the last few days, like, I've been wanting to stream and I just wasn't able to, because my sleep schedule was just so off track and out of whack. Corwin, no! My Phoenix! My trusted ally! I shall not let you die. Oh, god damn it. I wanted to have that for soaps. Oh my god, it's freaking hilarious when Corrin, like, steals a kill that I've got, like, perfectly planned out. Chesnu doesn't need a freaking level up, that's for damn sure. Alex doesn't need a level up. Bwarch doesn't need a level up. Okay, fine, I guess Cuddy does need a little bit of experience. And of course he can get him down to size. And hopefully Corwin doesn't fuck everything up here. He's going to fuck it up because I can't get him to him in time. You watch, Corwin is gonna steal the kill. I'm gonna hate this. This is gonna be horrible. God damn it, Corwin. Dodge! 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 Yes! Fuck yes! Oh, frick. Oh. Sometimes life finds a way, and it's wonderful. Now, is Sarah gonna be powerful enough to kill him in one hit? God damn it. Okay. Alright, just fucking Cuddy, just finish him off. I don't care. I'm done. I'm finished. I give up. Who cares about having an equally leveled team? Okay, so interesting thing about this is one of the few times where after a battle you've actually got some goodies to see. So we got this chest here. Found a silver tank. Hey Nate, what's the silver tank do? Oh man, that looks cool too. I think it's actually like something that you can... It's gotta be something that you can give to a character. I think it's like an upgrade, possibly? I think... Oh yeah, I think if I remember right, it's another like promotion item. I could have sworn that there was another chest around here, by the way. I guess not. Oh well, anyway. Onward and forward. Into the plot! Now we get into the cool stuff. Hello, priest! Or do I mean necromancer? Raise some of my friends for me, shall you? And he charges for it. He can do it and he charges for it. What a terrible person, honestly. These freaking necromancers in this game. Everybody's gotta make a buck, I guess. Young men these days are lucky. I wish I was young again. Don't we all? Oh, to be young. Pursuit. 'Cause I'm a beast man. I'm not hairy enough, though. I envy those hairy guys. Can we just imagine, like, what exactly this guy is going for? That he has a full beard and covered in hair, and he's still not hairy enough? Wait, what did you get? It literally skipped over that part. Oh, it is the silver tank. The silver tank item. Mount Volcano is home to beastmen. We were a warlike tribe. We've almost forgotten how to fight. I like that, honestly. It's always nice when people get used to peace. Something that everybody should be used to, honestly. Fairy powder? I have no idea what that item does. We can buy healing seeds in mass now. We're getting like enough money to be able to afford it, really. Healing seeds for everybody! Do you like seeds? I hope you, so you better stomach them. Because we're going to be getting a lot of them. Somebody's like, no, I prefer peanuts. Damn it. Healing seeds. Bleh. It tastes like medicine. So much inventory management to be done. We'll give one to Corwin because Corwin's going to be joining our party fairly shortly, so we'll be able to use items then. Alright, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Because we've got all the frickin' old weapons that we've still got. And are taking up item slots. You can sell the bronze lance, that's fine. Can sell the short axe, that's fine. Let's see, anything else around? Not especially. Alright, doing pretty good. Let me see, anything new to buy? Longsword! I see a longsword. And that's the only thing that we can buy. And only Bwarch can wield it. But hey! Our main character is going to be buff as hell with his new sword. That's for damn sure. And let's go ahead and sell the old sword while we're at it. While we're here. I mean, like, why not? Well, I mean, we do have an audience to entertain, but hey. It's item management, man. You gotta do it in every RPG. Necessary evil. Unfortunately. Breathe deeply. Wonderful air, huh? Clank, clank. All of our weapons are made by me. But who uses them in this peaceful country? Clank, clank. I just like the idea of somebody saying that out loud as a greeting. Bwarch received the Protect Milk. Gotta run. Oh man, Maiku. I don't think work is going to be enjoyable the night before Thanksgiving. Aw. Sorry, Maiku. But later, fella. I'll see you next time. Alright, Silver Tank. It lets Janet or Elric turn into a brass gunner instead of a sniper. Fairy Powder cures the character holding it, or one adjunct of the holder of poison, sleep, etc. But Antidote does that too, doesn't it? That's kind of interesting. It's like a duplicate item. Oh hey, look at that guy over there. What's going on, fella? Help! Help! I can't! Get up! You! Please turn me over! Are you a wimp? Push harder! Good, good, push. Sorry, I had to test you. I'm happy to meet you. He must like you. Oh no, I can't tell you who he is. See you later. And the funny part is that actually might be like something that changes something else later on. In fact, I'm almost sure it did. So we might be able to recruit a character or something because we did that. Cool kind of side quest stuff in games like this. Protect milk permanently increases defense. Cool, cool. It's funny because I'm just gonna have to hold on to this stuff until my characters start promoting. And then I can decide like who I want to have what. You're not aware, but Volcanon has become irritated. Oh no. Oh man. Like that! And it's getting worse. What's wrong, you ask? Whoa! Volcano erupted! It's an evil omen! Jesus! To the east is the sacred area of Volcanon. Oh man. The Beastman checks the boy. Good heavens! He's badly injured! Mayor! Mayor! What's all this noise? Mayor, a boy from the mountain is seriously injured. What? Oh, his eyes are seriously damaged. He must have been caught in the eruption. He needs prompt treatment. Yes, bring him into my house. The amazing animations of the Genesis, ladies and gentlemen. Later, Peter. Although I'm really, really late. But later anyway. Have a good night. As I enjoy the town music. Oh yeah, let's go see what's up with the boy, I guess. He came down from the mountain. He's not from Polka or Beto. Where did he come from? Oh, this is serious. I hope he survives the night. Ah, stop. No, I don't want to see my head aches. My cadence was like all off for like describing that. It should have been like so much more like pained, but whatever. Just accept that you're a terrible actor, Bwarch, and you'll never have a job in Hollywood for as long as you live. And that is indeed something that I can accept. Full-heartedly. Now we're about to get into another battle here, but I think I myself am tired for tonight. I think I'm mostly done for the night. Been streaming for my normal 2 hours. That's long enough for an archive. So thank you all for watching, thank you all for coming tonight, and I'll see you next time. Later, folks. We'll get on to more plot stuff later on. We'll get on to some fun stuff. We'll see maybe a Volcanon next time. That'll be really fun. And we'll get to see more of Peter's people. Corwin's people as it stands.